Can you make a long motorcycle trip without any experience? This is interesting question, isn't it? In this video, I'm gonna give you the answer. So if you have nothing to do, grab your favorite drink and stay with me. Welcome back. I hope that you like the second part of my YouTube video studio. It is not finished yet, but you get the idea. Anyway, back to the topic. Can you make a long motorcycle trip without any experience? The answer is pretty obvious. Yes, you can, but many will be afraid to make this step and they will have their excuses. I don't have any experience, I don't have the necessary skills, I don't know any languages, I cannot navigate myself, I cannot make routes, and many more like this. In my opinion, it will be way better, instead of providing all of these excuses, just to ask yourself, do you really want it? Just because you bought an adventure motorcycle and the right gear does not mean automatically that you want to go on the trip. It might be just a nice way to spend the weekends, or you can count it as an investment. And I cannot see anything bad about it, but please be honest with yourself and say it as it is. Once you have the answer, then you can dive deep into the rest of uncertainties. Number one was, oh, I don't have any experience. Is that so? My first trip was 440 kilometers long. Everything, all together. On the first day, I've done 220 kilometers. On the second day, I came back. Do you think that I had any experience? I made it with an old Africa Twin and at least 50-60 kilograms of luggage. I did not have any money for hard panniers or saddlebags, so I need to improvise. I use any kind of bags I've got, including some garbage packets to pack everything and protect it from the rain. Before the trip, I spent at least a week preparing the bike, checking everything. And on the day, I stopped probably 10 times for these 220 kilometers, checking the bike, oils, antifreeze, tires, stretching my legs, everything that I ever heard, I've already done it. And I was making exercises just to be awake and do everything properly. And it was the same on the next day. And guess what? It never rains. And I realized that 90% of the stuff that I brought with me, I never needed. And this was the first lesson that I learned, that you don't need that much stuff. The reason I'm telling you all of this is because we all have started from somewhere without any experience with the same obvious wrong decisions. Actually, we make mistakes because we don't have any experience. But the experience comes from the mistakes that we have made in the past. Or as my father used to say, to be a clever man, first you have to become an old man. The second excuse was, I don't have enough riding skills. Okay, but what kind of skills do you need? Where do you plan to go? To the end of the world or some very heavy technical off-road? No, I will just go on the road trip. Well, I cannot understand. If you plan to go only on the road trip, your authorities already gave you a driver license, right? I'm absolutely sure that when they gave you the driver license, your authorities, your police or whatever gave you the license, they did not tell you, well, now you have the license, you can ride your motorcycle on the roads legally, but you cannot go on the long motorcycle trips. No way, you don't have the right skills, you don't have the experience. They just gave you the license, you're allowed to go anywhere you like. What stops you is the confidence, not the lack of skills. But you can easily boost your confidence by riding as often as possible. Practice every time when you've got this chance. Road, off-road, anything you can. Remember that the experience and confidence comes not from years, it comes from practice, from more exercises. The more you do certain things, the better you will become. If you ever wondered why the sailors are never good drivers, the explanation is very simple, because they spend 8 or 10 months per year sailing somewhere in the sea or in the ocean, and they're only for 2 or 3 months at home. And for these 2-3 months, they cannot learn driving properly, even if they've got their license from 20 or 30 years. Once again, not the years, the experience is what makes you confident, not the years of driving license. I don't know how to make routes or navigate myself, I never done it before. Come on, really? You know how to find everything in Google, how to open accounts and manage these accounts in Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all social media, but you don't know how to find or how to make a route? Come on, man, it is not a rocket science, and everyone could learn how to do it for just a couple of hours, no more. If the routes and navigation are something very difficult for you, fair enough, you can travel in a group. There will be always some very clever people that will handle all of this for you. I don't know any languages, and what? Travel around your country. I'm sure that after no more than 2 years, you will ignore this and you will start experimenting with your neighboring countries. And you can always learn some basic words, and don't forget that nowadays we've got Google Translate. The things are so much easier now. Oh, it is easy for you, Pavlin, but you have been on many trips. Easy? What are you talking about? I just explained you about my first trip. I was born and raised in the country that most of you guys cannot even point on the map. I never been rich and I do not have rich parents. Everything that I have and I have done in my life is because I have very strong Bulgarian will and a huge portion of good luck. That's everything. If I can make it, a person from Bulgaria, you can make it as well. I know that it might sound like a mission impossible to you right now, but there will be a moment in your life when you will cross this field, you will make the first step, and then you will regret that you did not make it sooner. I hope that this video will inspire at least one person to make this so difficult first step, and you can always thank me later. See you in the next video. Cheers!